Hey guys, and welcome to the video. For those of you who were paying attention, this is the mystery guitar that I was talking about so much in my Kimura Reunion Shows guitar video from a couple weeks ago. The LTD 87 Mirage Deluxe. Just an absolute beauty in every way, and a guitar that I've had my eye on for quite some time now. And now that I've got it, I gotta say, this thing is killer. Yes, sir. So, like I said, I'd had my eye on it for a long time. Well, actually just the 87 series in general. As soon as ESP released the 87 series last year, something like that, I was like, man, these things are sick. I'm especially fond of that era and all the rad guitar playing that was happening during that time, all the cool looking guitars. I was just a youngster. In 87, I was only 7. Really didn't start playing until I was about 8, but had a buddy who had some older brothers with tons of like all those, pink and, hot neon yellow guitars and red guitars, and I thought it was so cool. So when I saw the 87 series, I got a little nostalgic, and really, I didn't even notice the crackle. So obviously this is the crackle finish, as they call it, but I wasn't drawn to it at first at all. There was like a navy blue one or like a royal blue or something that I thought was super awesome. The all black, I'm obviously a stickler for. That one was totally awesome. But one day I was just browsing the ESP site, and my son, little Robbie, happened to come in the room, and he saw the crackle on the computer screen and was like, whoa, that guitar is awesome. And I was like, really? Like that one? And he's like, yeah, I love that finish. I doubt he said finish, but whatever he said, he thought it was cool. And anyways, since then, I just couldn't stop thinking about it. And I just fell in love with it. I don't know, sometimes you gotta hear somebody else say it or something like that, or maybe it was just because my son liked it. I don't know, but I fell in love with it. And so I gave ESP a ring and asked for one, but they told me they didn't have any, whatever it was, supply chain, manufacturing. I think all of last year, everybody was waiting for their ESPs for a long time. Hopefully that's been cleared up now. I'm not sure, but anyways, I just didn't think about it again for a couple months, but lo and behold, I got a message out of the blue that they have one for me, and a couple days later, thank you, by the graces of God and ESP, I was cracking the case open, as you saw there, and strumming away on this bad boy. Feels amazing. Beautiful maple neck, just killer design. The M, or I don't know what the difference really is between the Mirage style and the M, or if it's maybe just having this this neck pickup here, which, by the way, this is a Duncan distortion and a Duncan hot rail in the neck here. And I'm going to talk more about this pickup here. I kind of got like a little really interesting story. It has a lot to do with this video about this pickup I'm going to talk about in a sec. But the Floyd, just kind of everything I like. Ebony fretboard, totally badass. The real only difference for me is that this guitar has 22 frets, and I'm totally used to 24 frets. I think I use the 24th fret a lot, actually, and certainly like having the option. So anyways, the fact that it says 22, whatever, that's cool. But I do kind of notice sometimes, as I've been jamming around on it now for a few days, that like it appears slightly different. If you're used to 24 frets and kind of like my, I don't know if muscle memory or vision memory or whatever of how I look at the fretboard when I look down, my spots that I'm used to jumping to that are just kind of second nature now, for I want to solo in a certain spot, it's like kind of offset now by a couple frets. I'm not really sure if like lower or higher or what, but I've noticed myself kind of like missing my notes that I'm going to jump to by a couple frets. So just a machine in terms of riffing, soloing, it just feels great. It just reminds me of those 80s guys, you know, that I always thought just seemed so confident on the fretboard, you know, big hair, makeup, oh, whatever. I don't know. Not that I've ever been into that side of it or whatever, but the guitar playing side, whew, those guys could smoke, man. I tell you what. So super happy to have this thing. And as soon as I got it, I hadn't even plugged it in yet. And I thought to myself, I hadn't even listened to the Seymour Duncan. And I'm just playing around on it. And I thought to myself, I'm going to throw an EMG 81 in here. I like the 81s. They're what I know. I like the sound of them. And this guitar had a feel that I thought, I want to make this one of my main guitars. And I'm playing all the time, so I might as well just pop an 81 in it. But when I plugged it in, I realized that this Duncan distortion sounds totally awesome, doesn't it? '87. So anyways, it kind of reminded me of this, I don't know if parable's the right word or whatever, but you know, some old story that's always kind of stuck with me. And it's like, you know, a guy's looking to hire a couple new associates at his whatever law firm, something like that or whatever. Takes him out to dinner, 2 new candidates, you know, food comes over to the table. First guy grabs the salt right as the food's put on the table, salts up his plate, starts digging in. The other guy, he starts eating and whatever, just continues like that. And the guy that didn't salt his food before trying it got the job. And the moral of the story is, you know, sometimes your food doesn't need salt. Sometimes it does, but you try it first and then you decide. And it's kind of the same thing, whatever, stupid example, stupid story or whatever. But I just felt that about this, that, you know, for some reason I thought that I was going to have to put in a new pickup to make it sound the way I wanted to, but that was not the case because it sounded rad just like this. So you don't always need to jump to conclusions with that type of stuff. Just a little guitar tip or life tip, however you're going to take it. But again, to each their own. I know some guys just like the project aspect of it. And honestly, I was kind of looking forward to the project too. I've never swapped passive pickups for active pickups before. I've done it the opposite once or twice. No swapping guru or anything like that. But I can hold my own with the soldering iron and stuff, you know? So anyways, I thought I'd do it, but no, I'm not going to. And I think it sounds rad. But that led to a little problem, and that was, for these past few days, as I've been planning this entire video in my mind, kind of building the outline. Okay, first thing, gonna, you know, play a little bit, talk about the guitar, blah, 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 blah. Then talk about how I'm gonna swap out the pickup. Then move over to the workbench, have a time lapse of me swapping out the pickup, return to the chair here and jam it out with the 81 and compare the differences and that sort of thing. But now that I'm not gonna switch out the pickup, that video idea has been completely ruined. So to not let the whole thing go to waste, I figured we could do a small test. You know, kind of the next best thing. I'm going to play a riff here, and then I'm going to grab a guitar with an 81 and play the same riff as close as possible as I can, and we'll see if we can notice any difference. So let's see. Perhaps I went a little overboard there. Hopefully I'll be able to play that exactly the same thing on another guitar. I'm going to go ahead and grab Old Faithful, my beautiful ESP RA3. A lot of the same similarities. Alder body, maple neck, ebony fretboard. This one has 24 frets, but pretty damn similar. Got the 81 in the bridge. Here we go. Pretty close, I'd say. So, what do you think? Anyways, if you're interested, for those who don't know, that was kind of a little medley of riffs, Chimera's impending doom, into an old Ascension song. Matt DeVries from Chimera, his old band Ascension. I've been on an Ascension kick lately. Their first album, Years of Fire, second album, Abomination, both just awesome. And if you're interested in hearing some pre-Chimera Matt DeVries riffs at their finest, make sure you check out Ascension. I'll leave a link in the description below. I can't remember the name of the song. I'm not even playing the riff right. It's just kind of how I hear it in my head. But anyways, super killer stuff. But man, the 87 Mirage Deluxe, I am super stoked to have this thing as part of my collection now. Thank you again, ESP. I recommend these bad boys. If I didn't recommend them, I wouldn't say that, but the 87 series is killer. There's a ton of different ones to choose from, and you can't go wrong. I mean, like I said, this thing's a riff machine, a shredding machine, and I'm proud to own it. I got a bunch of other guitar demos here on the channel. Make sure you check out my guitar and gear unboxing and demo playlist. My guitar instructional DVD, if you're interested in learning more, songwriting, soloing, riffing, arranging, all that good stuff, just $24.99 with free shipping worldwide, and you get some free guitar picks in there too, so check that out. I always throw in some cool extras too, maybe something special, you never know. Check that out at robarnoldworld.com/store. Please also check out my Patreon campaign for early looks at my videos, tons of guitar tabs, a community vibe, just getting a little closer, you know, priority messaging with yours truly, all that kind of stuff. I love to talk with people who love to take it to the next level, you know, that Chimera love. Appreciate you all. Rob Arnold, thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see y'all on the next one. There's something that I want to show you. Can you open that up for me?
You got it. Sick. That's sick. Are you gonna use it?
Yeah.
Band? You're gonna use it?
Yeah. And
that's my new favorite guitar. It looks so sick.
Yeah.
The paint job is insane. That probably took like 3 days to do.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this wood here, that's so smooth. That's cool.
Yeah. It's called a natural satin neck.
Wait.
See, that neck on the back is painted. All right, buddy.